Abusuya yamama kwa basonko so eba POG Media so make sure say afa na wabaso a obe like na wa subscribe na afin so watimi a share dwumadie no ama afoforo so ensa atumi aka ensam ekoso o my Ghana mu a yenso ya depeni yese brane no yebemo ya bidwafo ahunu de eko ene de eba na de ensam ena ekoso o highway ni so Kelvin Equautela na chese wababe release documentation of the Agyapade3 book abusuya enye asemkuma na chese Kelvin Taylor echema Akyem Mafias no nipa bi a chese adwenbone wo mutrim papa adwena ye friend adwenpade ebi ne omutrim titiriw ofori penyini ochehene chese ochirima papa no ensema yetete fa papa no se nipakum die Akyem ho die uyi ni si nchen a unya obia chese okum nipa ankasa ateze eti oye ade bi se ne de na nye ono Kelvin Equautela na wanwa wababe release that documentation eti abusuya menche ho no mepese mo be me yako ne yakwa akotie ye documentation na Kelvin Equautela ede ababe to abonten no nansa na yebekọ no mesho se wo nsem kaye bia o de be share comment section wo be like no wa subscribe na afi so watimi a share dwumadie no ama afoforo so ensa atumi aka medamwase.
This is the Agyapade document, a document from the MPP Akuffo government meant to serve as a blueprint to get them to remain powerful while in government and out of government. These are excerpts. Akyem Mafia wills Ghana for private use. This is the Agyapade document. Part 1. Controlling the judiciary. We must make sure we use the court system to help us damage the NDC beyond repair. Let us start prosecuting people. That is why we need to put our people there.
I haven't been appointed a justice of this. Fulfillment of Article 144, Clause 2 of the Constitution.
Otherwise, we have a problem. Our attempt to take charge of the judiciary is a matter of necessity. The Airbus saga.
For this, the procurement process was just 1 day. It was just 1 day.
The whole process?
From the Minister of Finance to the procurement agency, and they finished with everything and then sending it back. I mean,
is that normal?
It was absolutely abnormal.
Why are we so quiet on the Airbus scandal? Yes, we know we haven't found enough evidence to indict Mahama, but a lot of Ghanaians were buying into our approach. Why have we stopped? It is time to go back to the drawing board. Intelligence gathering. The intelligence gathering power allows us to target and eliminate any potential threat from within the MPP, particularly those not inherently loyal to our cause and noneness, which include members of the opposition NDC, the media, the roles of Kwekubako, Akyem, Kwame Sefakai, and Obi of multimedia cannot be underestimated. It is for this reason that Nana nearly sacked Kandapa for delaying the release of their monthly allowance of 1 million Ghana cedis, since the national security budget does not go through the normal scrutiny. The Agyapade document, Part 2. Agyapade wicked agenda exposed. Akyem Mafias.
Nana Akuffo Addo.
Currently, with Nana in total control of the whole entity of Ghana, we have a duty to ensure that we take the commanding height of the essential fabric of the country, in order that even in the event that Nana leaves the scene after the mandatory 80 years, the sons and daughters of Akyem would be firmly secured, and such control, both financially and economically, that we can no longer be ignored in the battle to control the destiny of Ghana. In doing this, we need to be strategic. We would have to work with other people from some of the diverse ethnic groups, including some carefully selected people in Asante and other diverse ethnicities or lands. This would make them believe that they have a hand in the pie. Although the Asante group within the current MPP is gearing itself to take over the party after Nana's tenure in 2024, it will be ideal if we could work to bypass them in 2024. With hard work, we could work to pass the mantle over to a non-Akan person, preferably from the north, under whose presidency we could secure the maturity of our takeover project. When we have finally captured the command and control sectors of the country for our private use, we will then be in a better position to wield the necessary political and economic muscle to manage the destiny of the country under the reign of the House of Ofoipenin. To be specific, we need to strengthen our efforts to control the mineral resources as well as the electricity and water institutions. The success of this project depends on the way in which we, for the time being, control the judiciary and the press. Our agenda for political dominance would hinge on our financial might. We therefore need overwhelming control of the key economic growth pillars of Ghana. Again, control of the key economic growth pillars and financial sectors will give us unparalleled leverage in the periods we may not have direct political authority. The takeover of Kotoka International Airport by the use of management agreement is also one that is facing considerable headwinds from the workers. Phase 2. This stage is scheduled.
Abushia enti documentation ni bi ne yeko kotie ye no na utie eye documentation na chese epa omo boy say omo di gu eye pa kwasindum ne bank omo keka asofo fo mpanyimfo bi anu atuma chese omo ne ma bone a omo ye na oman ni mu asofo fo entimi nka ho asem chese like oman sika omo wi a ye good a eye ken ofowiata one nana Addo Akuffo ado ewi akoma abrofo a abrofo yi aba abonten aba ba expose ye omo achese abusua ensem a ewo Agyapade3 kunim no ensem nimu edu papa na ekwa akoye me se even eye John Evans Fifi Atamos, the late president book de chima na Addo Akuffo ado ne nsache Atamos wo na se a enye asemkuma Rollins ne nsache wo na se adeze neoma bone a omo aye anase adwen bone sema omo aye no man nim no abusua enye asemkuma enti mepese abusua for sa be me yakọ ne yakotie eye documentation na akam
to commence from January 2021. This phase will consolidate the gains made in the banking, insurance, and capital markets, financial services sector. It will also see the taking of significant stakes in mining, oil and gas, telecommunication, as well as maritime and aviation. The banking sector, mother. Control of the mother is essential to control the industry. So far, the head of the mother and his first deputy are strongly aligned to our cause. They are from our compound, and we perceive no threat from these two. A strong Bawumia loyalist should be appointed to the role to further strengthen the Bawumia political cause. This is in line with protecting the legacy of Nana that could enable us to sidestep and further alienate the Akuffo faction. Biological children. These are banks in which we should have controlling interest. The collapse of local banks with ties to the opposition NDC and other rival political factions during the cleanup operations undertaken by the mother was a resounding success. It facilitated the flow of substantial financial resources into our war fund, though backflow of some advertised cleanup costs. EcoBank. We have two routes of entry into this institution. First is through Senate, which has a seat on the board of EcoBank Ghana by virtue of its shareholding. This seat is occupied by the Director General of SNET. In phase 2 of our agenda, Kofi Bosompim Osafo Mafo, who is a Deputy Director General of SNET, should be made the Director General to give him the seat on the EcoBank board. Insurance. Mother. The current team at the helm of the National Insurance Commission, especially the Insurance Commissioner, is well aligned and so far has worked efficiently in furtherance of our objectives. So long as they continue in this vein, there would be no need for changes at the helm. From 2023, it is envisaged that the commission would be headed by Bawumia loyalists, biological children. The enterprise group is a dominant leader of the insurance industry, and its position has been strongly enhanced since the coming into power of MPP government in 2017. The Agyapade document also talks about sponsoring of election candidates to executive positions of key labor unions, such as the Ghana National Association of Teachers, NAGRAT, UTAG, TUTAG, GMA, and many more. In the document, it says, so they can influence the appointment of enterprise trustees and Enterprise Investment Limited as trustees of fund managers of the Tier 2 and Tier 3 pension funds of those labor unions. In the capital market, Mother, compatriot Agyapade3 is doing a fantastic job heading the Securities and Exchange Commission. Just like the banking sector, the cleanup leading to the revocation of licenses of several fund and asset management companies was a success despite legal challenge from a handful of defunct entities in this space. Papa Kwesi Indum's Black Shield Capital is causing a few troubles, but it can easily be dealt with using a numerical advantage in the judiciary or even his dodgy relationship with the CIA. Kennedy in Japan.
What does it profit a man if he gains the whole world and loses his life? Yes, sir.
The plans for Kennedy in Japan in the Agyapade document. A very good asset. The party must, as a matter of need and plausibility, defend him. He has the utmost control over our action troopers and all our former criminal elements who are purpose for the final push, in addition to his deep pocket, while conceding his magnanimity towards the base, his trenchment for being a loose cannon in attacking presence who should be left alone is sometimes worrying. As a result, he must eventually be weaned off as our project reaps dividends to need less and less of his funding. The Agyapade document also has plans for Kojo Akroma, the information minister and former broadcast journalist. While our team aims at total dominance of the media architecture in the nearest future, there is the need to have a generally good appeal in the media. Kojo Akroma has successfully recruited about 80% of top journalists, including some with adversarial tendencies towards us. His weekly covered the roles of Kwekubako, Paula Dumochiri, Kwame Sefakai, Obi of Multimedia cannot be underestimated. The Agyapade document also has plans for Ursula Osu, the communication minister. We score Ursula Osu 70% for her execution of the agenda to close down pro-NDC radio station and TV stations, while we praise her for closing media entities such as Radio XYZ, Capital Radio, Muntie FM, and many more. She scores some low marks in the implementation of the project.
Documentation of the Agyapade book and the Kutie free Kelvin Equautela Honna. me ho adwiri me isan say me nim dia ebeba kwabrane trima like small group of people omo betena se aboda epoboni we afa omicron Ghana wo say the state properties no omo directing na ko omo di mu chese omo wia oman na Agyapade oman ni good oman ni nsase oman ni sika chese nioma enkofo ni ye ni sumase no abusua enya asem kuma na we nyina achi ni no e no mo anhu se omo ko so e plan ya hu se like 2024 na chese na nado oni aban mu biem iti saade a enya ade a wo se omode asantini eba efisa asantifo ye nipa bi a omo ani ate omo ye minim na omo ye mistake ama asantini be di eye NPP amayoku nanim a emwo omo ntimi nkoso enye da awidi sem adwuma na omo ye no iti saade a ende omo mfa esilemuni enu nti na ma omo ayi Dr. Mahama Bawumia as the flag bearer of the NPP ajeze omo asheda ade na po atare echira ajeze omo pese omo de Dr. Mahama Bawumia ni siwo na obo omo mutimi yere etoa omo nyuma bone ne so ajeze abusua ensem na no wedeni intimeda mase semoje epenie embe ekuti eye ensem a Kelvin Taylor ede babedom ye no aha eye POG Media edamase